Wednesday, October 14th, and this is the story from the Dallas Morning News about the slain White Rock runner, remembered as a kind, hard-working engineer. Here's a picture of him right here, and says he is here pictured running in the Dallas Marathon last year, and is heavily involved in jogging. And he was on the trail Monday, October 12th, when he was hacked to death by a troubled former A&M football player, Dallas Johnson, which his picture is down here below. And it's sort of sad, but anyway, it just says here, he was David Stevens worked hard as an electrical engineer and inventor, and he loved to run. He was a 53-year-old with jog and go for long bike rides with his wife on the weekends, neighbors said. But police say that Stevens jogged Monday morning at White Rock Lake had a fateful and fortunate timing. The former Texas A&M football star Thomas Linze Johnson, 21 years old, picked Stevens completely at random and hacked him to death with a machete-type weapon. Stevens lived in Sunnyvale with his wife Patti, a physical therapist. Patti released a statement Wednesday afternoon. This is horrible, senseless tragedy. We are devastated at the loss of such a wonderful man. It has created a huge hole in our hearts. As his family and friends begin to grieve, we would appreciate being given our privacy during most of the difficult time. And then he worked with his his neighbors said he was quiet, largely stayed to themselves, or expressed shock over what happened. It's what a horrible way to die. Michael Knight, 54, said they were such sweet people. Another neighbor, George Woodrow, 66, said he saw Stevens leaving the house early in the morning in sweatpants and a sneaker, with his sneakers, to drive somewhere to go running. Stevens was giving neighbor who would sometimes bring out dog treats and help Woodrow train his dog Bo in their adjacent backyards. When Woodrow admired Stevens' yard flowers, Stevens provided him with gardening advice. Anyway, he was just a nice guy, a real gentleman, great neighbor. He said, I always saw him in his jogging clothes. I read about it in the paper and didn't realize it was him, and thought, how tragic. Now everybody's just really in disbelief. Stevens ran in the last year's Dallas Marathon record show. He finished 16th at his age, 50 to 54, in just under 3 hours and 25 minutes. At work, Stevens was an ambitious record show. He had filed 5 different patents applications for power and electric inventions between 1997 and 2012. He worked as an electrical engineer at General Electric in Plano. Oh my gosh. We are shocked and deeply saddened by the news. Our thoughts and prayers are with the David's family and his co-workers. Let's see. Police say that the family informed GE office in Plano of this news Tuesday, and GE has grief counselors in the Plano facility today to help with the widow and employee assistance program. Stevens was also an inventor. He and a colleague filed a patent for a transformer in 2013, according to the records of the U.S. Patent and Trade Office. I'm trying to turn the page, but it won't let me. There we go. Carol Castellano of Mesquite said her husband Robert had built a transformer invention with Stevens, and she believes he would like jogging on the trail because he used to live in that area. Stevens and his wife were excited to build a home, the dream home in Sunnyvale. Stevens' neighbor Marcia Croy, 63, wept after hearing about his death. The world, it's tough out there right now, she said through tears. Just so sad for the family.